Good morning, Northwest, and welcome to the December edition of Husky Headlines. I'm Amara Qureshi.
And I'm Hannah Johnson. Hey, Amara. Hey, are you listening to me?
Are you talking to me? Sorry, I can't hear you over all this noise.
How much longer do you think we'll be dealing with it?
I just might have the answer to that. With funds provided by the 2020 bond, Blue Valley Northwest is building a new competition gym on the south side of the building.
The role of the main gym or the new gym will be a variety of things. So it will be a classroom during the day, and then it will be available for athletics and activities just like our other gyms are after school.
So we're in the early stages and we're currently putting in all the rough-in utilities, so the electrical, the plumbing. We've been in construction for about a month and we're expected to be complete August of 22, ready for the start of the next school year.
I think that our staff and our students will react positively. It gives us a space to where we can do full school assemblies and not have to go to the DAC to do full assemblies. It's another opportunity for a classroom space for our PE teachers, and it's going to be a great venue, and I'm really excited about having that at Blue Valley Northwest.
While there are many positives for the future with the new gym, several negatives exist as well.
There is going to be about 10 days where we're going to have to relocate some classes to some different areas. Weight room, the broadcasting room are the ones that are impacted.
After Thanksgiving, I think we could be in here for about a 10-day period, and then we'll lose a couple of weeks right before the winter break. So that'll be a little bit of a challenge, but with all the benefits that are going to come of adding the new gym, I think it's going to be worthwhile in the end.
Since the construction started, the biggest thing that we have noticed is the sound. It gets to be really loud outside during the school day, which impacts us because the studio has a sound booth, and that's where we record our voiceovers for our stories that the Husky Headlines kids do. They are going to be placing walls up against my classroom. And their concern is that the weight of the walls, if it should collapse, obviously could harm students and or myself in this room. From a coach's standpoint, obviously I'm ecstatic about the gym, but as a teacher right now, it's pretty frustrating.
Head girls basketball coach Matt Schulman believes the new gym will benefit not just basketball.
It's going to be a huge space for basketball, wrestling, volleyball, and even cheer, dance, giving them more space. And it'll make basketball a little bit easier, being able to schedule games, being able to schedule practices. I think when you put in new stuff and able to have more goals and different things like that, it'll help us improve as well.
This gym will hold many new opportunities for the students and athletes of Northwest when it's completed in August of 2022. This is Amara Qureshi for Husky Headlines. Hey, did you hear that masks are now optional?
Yeah, I did, but I prefer to have mine on. Henry tells us more about the changes to the mask policy.
COVID protocols continue to change throughout evolving circumstances. The Blue Valley School Board held a vote resulting in a 6-1 decision on November 9th in favor of making masks optional for students and staff beginning on November 29th.
I definitely think could go both ways, but I'm kind of excited for it because I'm able to see everyone's faces again, and it's been like 2 years, so I'm excited to be able for teachers to see my face and I can see teachers' faces, so in general, I'm pretty excited about it.
I feel great. I think since there's not a mandate in Johnson County itself, I think people should be able to choose if they want to wear it.
I feel excited because I feel like the pandemic's kind of coming towards like an end and things will return to be more normal.
I feel like it's very nerve-wracking because a lot of people do not appreciate it. There's people like at home who have elderly people that's sick, and you don't want to come home to hurt one of your family members?
I'm actually kind of excited to not have to wear a mask anymore, but I probably still will.
Keep washing their hands, stay clean, don't go coughing on people, etc. Because nobody wants to spread germs, and if you know you're feeling sick, put on a mask again.
I'm really having mixed feelings about it. I mean, I don't like wearing the mask, but I know having it on to keep my family safe. So, I mean, I know it's optional, so I know I'm gonna keep mine on, but I just hope other people do the same, really.
With different opinions surrounding the update, students and faculty members are now seeing a school environment shared by those who decide for themselves whether or not wearing a mask is beneficial. Teachers express their thoughts for the new update.
I wasn't too surprised. After seeing Olathe put that into effect, I thought that, we'd kind of follow suit, and I think that, whatever makes people feel comfortable with it, I'm glad they're getting the chance to do it. Everybody has a right to their own opinion, and the right to choose whatever they want to do.
It concerned me, made me a little sad. It didn't surprise me. I felt like it was probably coming at some point. Oh, well, my son is in the special ed program here. He has a chromosome disorder that affects his lungs and his ability to breathe. So we are very, very conscious in our home about the risk of exposing. So for that reason, I just wish that we were all blessed with our own health and therefore more compassionate to folks who don't have the luxury of being as healthy as others.
While students and staff are free to choose whether or not they wear a mask, the Blue Valley School Board continues to closely monitor the COVID situation and has plans of adjusting procedures to comply with health guidelines properly. This is Henry Burvey for Husky Headlines.
Next, we congratulate a teacher who won a prestigious award. Karen Stolman was named the 2020-2021 Blue Valley Secondary Master Teacher of the Year on December 8th when she was surprised by Dr. Presley during her 7th hour advanced algebra class.
Mrs. Stolman was selected or announced as the selection for secondary, which would be grades 6 through 12 for Blue Valley for what the award is called as the Kansas Master Teacher Award. So there's a Teachers Hall of Fame, and so the master teachers are recognized as, the best of the best across the state. So think about the number of teachers in the state of Kansas, and they're going to pick up to 7 and say that these are the best teachers across the state for this year. So pretty big deal to be one of 7 who get that recognition.
For Mrs. Stolman to be recognized as one of the greatest teachers in this school district, I think, is long overdue. She has been phenomenal since her first day in this district. I'm just extremely proud of Mrs. Stolman and her being recognized by her peers. I mean, she was nominated and voted on by the faculty here. And having her in our department just makes our department stronger.
Teaching can be really lonely when you're grading and prepping and doing those kinds of things on your own. It's sometimes hard to know that people notice that because your payoff happens when you don't watch it. So having someone say, hey, we think what you're doing is great, is just reinforcement to keep doing it. It was shocking and it was great.
The number one thing that makes Ms. Stolman a great teacher is her dedication. She is so willing to help her students and have those one-on-one interactions.
I think she's just very thorough with how she teaches, and she's well-spoken and makes sure that we all understand all the content before the test.
She has always been a teacher that everybody else should aspire to be. Her dedication to her teaching is amazing, and she makes all of us better teachers.
Congratulations to Mrs. Stolman for this great honor, and best of luck at the next level of the competition. This is Hannah Johnson and the Husky Headlines staff reporting. With the discussion surrounding sexual assault increasing, Caitlin tells us more about how Northwest is reacting to this problem.
Recently, Dr. Amy Presley met with a group of students who last month gathered in protest because of their concerns about sexual assault.
I was able to sit down with a group of 16 students, and we had an hour-long conversation during AST and really just gave them an opportunity to share their concerns, to share their ideas and their suggestions. And so I left that meeting with an action list of some items that I've been working on for them.
The meeting with Presley gave students a new perspective about the situation.
Overall, I think it went really well. I felt like she had said a lot of stuff and was really empathetic towards the people, and I was expecting her to just totally shut down our ideas. And she was actually really open and kind of expressed that she was on our side with everything and kind of put in perspective that she's not the highest power and she can't really control everything, but she is doing everything she can. Some of the ideas that we had thought of and talked to Presley about were a female officer, SRO, in the building. We also talked to her about advocating for us at administration, and then also just spreading awareness because it's kind of inevitable that it will happen, and it does happen, and kind of sweeping it under the rug at the fact that it does happen just doesn't really help. And in spreading awareness through advisory classes that Blue Valley could do, it could help people know how to handle it.
The school is going to change its policy on how
it reacts not just to sexual assault, but also any other incidents that are reported by students. They are now going to start actually telling the student who reported it that something has happened. Legally, they can't say what happened, but they're going to touch back with the person who reported it. We're working on making a program to show during AST frequently for an indefinite amount of time. If there can be training for the staff on how to respond not just to sexual assault, but also if they see anyone harming each other. It's something that we don't usually talk about just because of the nature of it, but that's all the more reason that we need to talk about it, because it's extremely important to talk about. And a big issue is that the victims are kept silent, and that means that people who it happens to, they also don't want to speak up, because then they see everyone else is also silent.
My bigger message to kids is, if something's bothering you, please come talk to us. I think there's this idea that we're not doing anything, but if we're not aware of it, we can't help and do something. Make sure that the information is getting to us, because we can't help make it better if we don't know what's happening.
After the meeting with Presley, students say they feel like things are moving in the right direction for change. This is Caitlin Sample for Husky Headlines.
At Northwest, our custodial staff works hard to keep our schools clean, but Raven tells us they really need our help.
Blue Valley Northwest staff consists of a large group of hardworking and dedicated people that are vital to the function of the school. However, there's an important group of staff members that do a lot more for Northwest than most students and staff might realize.
I'm a custodian here at Northwest. I was classified as a assistant lead. I've been here a little over 5 years. There's a lot of people that have jobs like this. We only get noticed when we fail to get the job done. That's just part of life. Some jobs are like that. There's a lot that goes on in the evening where they go through the whole building and they're cleaning. So those are things that people don't see unless you're here.
Although the custodial staff do their very best to keep Northwest clean and in good shape, recently they've had to face an ongoing challenge of excessive amounts of food and trash being left around the Northwest campus.
In regards to the cleanliness of our school, I would say one of the things that would help is if people would kind of pick up after themselves. Not so much to relieve me of the tasks, but for example, at lunch, if you pick up the table, then the next person sits down at a clean table. It's your school, it's your obligation to maintain it, and I would think you would want to keep it clean and in good condition so that you can use it for what it's intended for.
Northwest's dedicated custodial staff cares about the school, but it has become increasingly clear that they need the rest of the Husky family to do their part.
A lot of the kids, and just like a lot of adults, have the mentality, oh, well, the custodian will get it, or that's the custodian's job, or what do you think we have custodians for? And I think not all of them are like that, because there are some kids that are very respectful, very considerate. I get a lot of kids apologizing for other kids' behavior, and I have to let them know you don't have to do that. Just make sure you're mindful of what you're doing. At the end of the day, it is a form of mistreatment, because it's like right now we do feel like nobody has our back.
Together, the Northwest student base can work to help keep the school grounds clean and orderly and take a big load off of the shoulders of the hardworking custodial staff. The next time you get a chance, remember to thank the school's custodians for all they do for Northwest and its students. This is Raven Lopez for Husky Headlines.
Hey, congratulations on winning the state championship with the football team.
Right back at you.
As the fall sports season comes to a close, two Northwest teams look back at their state championship seasons. First in Topeka on November 20th, the cheerleading squad brought home their second state championship in 3 years, not to be outdone by the football team, who brought home their first ever state championship in school history a week later on November 27th in Emporia.
I think my first reaction whenever we heard Topeka in the second place spot was just shock. I think it took a good couple seconds for us to really soak in that we had won state for a second time, and then I think it was just pure joy and excitement for our girls and our team.
When we were told that we were the new 6A champs, I think we're all really excited because we put in so much time and energy into the routine, so it was just a really great feeling.
I think that winning the state title should hopefully help more interest in the sport, more interest in participating in our team and coming out for the squad. We'd love to get our numbers back up to where they were before the pandemic. And other than that, I think that it should help instill a work ethic that is more permanent within the girls that are on the team.
After we found out that we won, I think a lot of us were pretty shocked at first because we weren't sure how good we were going to do after finals because you don't know the placing. But when we did win, we were all super happy and surprised. So I think we were all just collectively super surprised, but just glad that we won.
The cheerleaders would travel to Emporia the following week to cheer on the football team as they knocked off the defending state champions, the Derby Panthers, with a 41-21 victory. This win over the Panthers gave the Huskies their first ever state championship in school history.
Knowing that you're going to be the 6A state champs is just an unbelievable feeling. Not only just for our coaches, our players, our community, and it was fun to be able to enjoy it and kind of know that it was coming and be able to have those special moments with the players on the sideline.
It was surreal. I mean, Drew Kaufman and I had grabbed the Gatorade thing already, and we were getting ready to dump it on a rider. And so when Mikey took that kneel, it was time to party. And that was the greatest accomplishment of this history in this football program.
That feeling was incredible. You know, it's something we'd worked for all year, been dreaming of since, last season, since, been growing up watching high school football, so it's definitely an incredible feeling.
When the horn clicked down, it was just, pure elation, just pure joy. It's something that everybody's been chasing for a long time. It was the first state title, I think, for everybody in our program. So, whether it was myself or our coaches on staff or our players or just even our community members who had been working for that moment, just to be able to kind of bask in that moment and just let all the emotions go was really neat.
No, it's crazy because, no one on this program would have thought maybe 4 years ago that this team could do what we did. And it was this whole season, it was just like, it felt like it kind of flew by. We'd been practicing forever since the summer, and it doesn't feel like it's over. It feels like we should still be practicing, but it's amazing to go out as a winner.
Yeah, it was an amazing feeling. Obviously we've been working out since 5 in the morning. We come for weights every day after school, 2 to 3 hours with those guys. A lot of film study, so it kind of felt like it all paid off, and it was all for definitely the better purpose of winning state.
Congratulations to both the football team and the cheerleading squad on their amazing seasons. This has been Max Smith for Husky Headlines.
Next, we look at highlights from late night at the Pound.
What are you going to be doing over this holiday season?
Spending time with family and friends. What about you?
I want to watch some good classic movies with my dog.
Charlotte tells us what other people are planning to do with their holiday season.
What are you going to do for this upcoming holiday season?
I'm going to spend time with my family and decorate my house and eat.
I'm going to spend time with my family. We might go on vacation somewhere warm. They hit the cold.
For this holiday season, I plan on going to Breckenridge and going skiing.
Just hang out with friends and family.
I'll be hanging out with my family most of the time, which is a big part of what this holiday season means to me because we sort of missed out on that last year.
Honestly, probably just sleeping.
I think I'm gonna hang out with family no matter what. It's always gonna stay closest.
Spend time with my family, enjoy the weekend, sleep, and have a good time.
This upcoming holiday season, I'm going to Hawaii with my grandparents, and I'm also getting a new car.
I'm actually traveling to South Africa and London this break.
Probably hang out with my family a lot. I'm really excited for Christmas, and it's probably one of my favorite parts of the year.
Going to see my whole mom's side of the family.
Probably just going to hang out with my friends, with my family, and just watching Christmas movies.
I'm going to celebrate my birthday and spend time with family.
I'll be inviting some friends over and just celebrating with my family.
I'm gonna put my dog in Christmas pajamas.
Hey Hannah, have you seen the lights around town?
I have, they're really pretty. Erin shows us some holiday light hotspots.
With winter break only 6 days away, I found 5 fun holiday light locations within 10 miles of Northwest that might pique your interest this holiday season. First on the list is Blue Stem Neighborhood, located at 11637 West 154th Street. This neighborhood may not be very well known to most. The trees are wrapped in holiday lights, and lots of houses put up a variety of lights. This neighborhood can also be viewed from across the street on 151st. Second on the list is the Bradshaw Christmas Light Show at 13812 Bradshaw Street. This cul-de-sac is synced with popular holiday songs. Tune your radio to 99.9 to watch the show. This attraction can be viewed from November 15th to January 5th. Third is Pawleys Penguin Playground, located at 16617 Indian Creek Parkway. This display started in 2004 with holiday lights and a few penguins. Since then, it's grown to more than 150 lighted figures. Pawleys Penguin Playground also accepts donations for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. Fourth is the Vincent Associates display at 10103 Metcalf Avenue. This is another display that's synchronized to music. Turn your radio to 97.1 to listen. This display also includes more than 200,000 LED lights. And finally, Candy Cane Lane is located at 7900 Outlook Lane. As the name suggests, the cul-de-sac is themed with candy canes. It also features a 50-foot holiday tree in the middle. This cul-de-sac contains 14 houses and is definitely worth a view. In addition to these 5 places, there's always the traditional Plaza Lights at the Country Club Plaza in downtown Kansas City. And a little closer to home, the always popular Christmas Place at West 131st Place. This is Aaron Tribby for Husky Headlines.
That's it for the December edition of Husky Headlines.
Have a great day in Northwest and happy holidays.